Hello everyone, and welcome back to English on the Go, the podcast where you can learn everywhere, speak everywhere. I'm Brian, your host. Today we're talking about something that touches all of us: stress. Sometimes it's big pressure moments, like an exam, a presentation, or a job interview. Other times it's the small, everyday things: traffic, long lines, or running late. Here's the truth. Stress is part of life. But staying calm is not just a talent, it's a skill you can practice. And the more you practice, the better you get at it. In this episode, we'll explore 3 things. Why it's often so hard to stay calm, whether under big pressure or in daily life. Practical strategies, quick fixes, and long-term habits that can really help. How your mindset and the support of others can make all the difference. So, if you've ever felt under pressure or lost your cool, this episode is for you. Let's dive in. Let's start with a simple question. Which do you think is harder, staying calm in big pressure moments, or in the little, everyday stress of daily life? Sarah, let's begin with you.
Honestly, both are tough. Before a big presentation, I get so nervous. My hands shake, my voice feels weak, and I just want to run away.
Presentations can feel huge. It's like all eyes are on you.
Exactly. My brain goes blank, and I feel like I'm going to make a mistake. But everyday stress can hit me too. For example, being stuck in traffic. It makes me so frustrated.
Oh, I know that feeling. Sitting in traffic is the worst.
Yeah, I try to stay calm, but after 30 minutes of honking and waiting, I just feel trapped.
So, pressure moments and daily annoyances both challenge you. What about you, David?
Well, for me, it's kind of the opposite. Big pressure sometimes motivates me. If I have a deadline, I feel under pressure, but it pushes me to focus.
Lucky you. I wish pressure made me stronger instead of more nervous.
Don't give me too much credit. The real problem for me is small, daily things. Like when the internet is slow, or I'm waiting in a long line. I just lose my temper so quickly.
So small stresses bother you more than the big ones?
Definitely. For example, last week I was waiting for my coffee order. The person in front of me couldn't decide what to buy, and it took forever. I felt my patience disappearing.
I know that feeling. You're standing there thinking, come on, it's just coffee.
Exactly. And then I finally got my drink, but I was already in a bad mood. That one small thing colored my whole morning.
Interesting. So Sarah feels nervous in big moments, and David loses patience with everyday problems. But both situations have the same result: stress.
Right. And I think the everyday stress is sneaky. It doesn't feel serious, but it builds up.
Yes, that's the problem. One small thing isn't terrible, but when you add traffic, late buses, slow internet, it piles up until you explode.
It's like water dripping into a cup. One drop doesn't matter, but eventually the cup overflows.
That's a great image. And when the cup overflows, you can't control your reaction.
Exactly. That's when I shout at my computer or roll my eyes at strangers. Not my proudest moments.
At least you admit it. I think we all have moments like that.
So let's put it this way. Big pressure moments can make us anxious, and daily annoyances can make us angry. But in both cases, the challenge is the same: how to keep your cool.
Yes, staying calm is the real skill.
And clearly, it's not easy for any of us.
True. But the good news is, calmness is something we can practice. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about next.
Under pressure. It means experiencing stress due to difficult demands. For example, students feel under pressure before final exams.
Keep your cool. It means stay calm in a difficult situation. For example, even when people argued, she managed to keep her cool.
Lose your temper. It means suddenly become very angry. For example, he often loses his temper in traffic jams.
Big pressure moments. It means important situations that cause stress. For example, job interviews are big pressure moments for most people.
Everyday annoyances. It means small daily problems that cause irritation. For example, delayed trains are common everyday annoyances.
So Sarah struggles more with big events, and David loses patience with small ones. But the truth is, both kinds of stress are real challenges. And whether it's a big exam or just heavy traffic, the skill we need is the same: how to keep your cool. So listeners, what about you? Do you find it harder to stay calm in big moments like exams, or in everyday annoyances like traffic and waiting in line? Alright, so we've talked about the challenges. Let's get practical. When stress hits suddenly, in traffic, in a meeting, or during an exam, what do you actually do to calm yourself down? Sarah, what works for you?
For me, the first thing is breathing. I take slow, deep breaths, in and out. Sometimes I even count to 10 before I react. It helps me calm down and think more clearly.
Simple, but powerful.
Exactly. And it doesn't cost anything. Just one deep breath makes me feel a little more in control.
I usually forget to breathe. I just react too quickly.
That's the problem. Stress makes you speed up. Your body wants to fight or run away. But if you slow your breathing, you send your brain a signal. It's okay, I'm safe.
That makes sense. So breathing isn't just physical, it's mental too.
You're right. I tried it once in a meeting. I was about to lose my temper, but I stopped, took a sip of water, and just waited. After 10 seconds, I actually managed to cool off instead of saying something rude.
See? That's the power of a pause. Even 5 seconds of silence can change your reaction.
So one quick strategy is pause, breathe, reset. What else works for you, Sarah?
I also take mini breaks. If I'm working on a stressful project, I just step away for 5 minutes. I stretch, look out the window, or make a cup of tea. That short break helps me slow down and return with a clearer head.
That's smart. I sometimes push myself too hard, thinking I don't have time for a break. But then I get more stressed and make mistakes.
Right. Sometimes slowing down saves you time in the end.
True. For me, exercise is another big one. When I go for a run or lift weights, I feel like I can blow off steam. All that tension disappears.
That's a great strategy. Moving your body really changes your mood.
So, physical activity clears stress from the system.
Exactly. But I'll admit, I also have a bad habit. I drink way too much coffee when I'm stressed.
Oh no, that makes it worse.
I know, coffee keeps me awake, but it also makes me anxious and shaky. I feel like I'm burning the candle at both ends, staying up late, waking up early, and relying on caffeine to survive.
That's tough. I used to do that too, but when I cut down on coffee and slept more, I felt calmer right away.
So sometimes the trick isn't adding new habits, but removing the ones that make stress worse.
Exactly. Sleep, exercise, healthy food, they sound simple, but they're powerful.
Yeah, it's funny. We look for complicated solutions, but often it's just about small, consistent choices.
I like that. So here's what we have so far: quick tools like breathing and pausing, and long-term habits like exercise, good sleep, and taking breaks. Together, they make it easier to stay calm.
Yes, and the more you practice these things, the more natural they become.
That's true. I used to think calm people were just born that way. But now I see it's a skill.
Exactly, and that skill can be learned. So listeners, when you're stressed, do you prefer to handle it alone, or do you talk to a friend to get it off your chest? Which way helps you more?
Calm down. It means to become more relaxed and less upset or angry. For example, take a deep breath to calm down before replying.
Cool off. It means to relax or stop feeling angry. For example, he went for a walk to cool off after the argument.
Slow down. It means to do something more slowly or with less energy. For example, you need to slow down or you'll burn out.
Blow off steam. It means release stress or anger by doing something active. For example, she plays basketball to blow off steam after work.
Burn the candle at both ends. It means work too hard without enough rest. For example, he's been burning the candle at both ends all week.
If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more great content. Click the subscribe button and stay updated with our latest episodes.
We've covered quick fixes and long-term habits, but I want to ask about mindset. Do you think the way we think about stress changes how calm we can be?
Definitely. For me, mindset is huge. I try to remind myself that stress is temporary. It's not forever. Even if I'm nervous before a presentation, I tell myself, this will be over soon. That thought helps me look on the bright side.
That's smart. I wish I could do that. My problem is I usually imagine the worst-case scenario. If I'm late, I think my boss will get angry. If I forget something small, I think I'll get fired.
That's a heavy way to live, David.
I know. I need to keep things in perspective. One small mistake won't ruin my whole career.
That's an important point. Mindset isn't about ignoring problems, but seeing them in the right size.
Exactly. And another part of mindset is gratitude. When I feel stressed, I make a quick list in my head. 3 things I'm thankful for. It shifts my focus away from panic.
Interesting. I've heard of that, but I've never tried it.
It's simple, but powerful. Gratitude makes you notice what's working, not just what's wrong.
Okay, but what about support from others? Does talking to someone help you stay calm?
Oh, absolutely. When I share what's stressing me out, I feel lighter. It's like taking a weight off my shoulders.
Really? Because I usually keep things bottled up. I don't want to bother people with my problems.
But that's the thing. When you keep it all inside, the stress grows bigger. When you talk, it's like you get it off your chest.
And there's that old saying, a problem shared is a problem halved.
Yeah, I guess I've experienced that. Last month, I was overwhelmed with work. I finally told a friend about it, and just saying it out loud made me feel calmer.
See, sharing doesn't mean dumping your problems on someone. It just means letting someone walk beside you.
I like that. And I notice when I help a friend who's stressed, I also feel calmer.
So support works both ways. Talking helps you, and listening helps them.
Exactly. Sometimes the best way to calm yourself is to be there for someone else.
That's true. When I listen to others, I forget my own worries for a while.
So, let's wrap this up. What's the big takeaway from our talk today?
For me, calmness is not about removing stress. Stress is always there. It's about having the right mindset, healthy habits, and people around you.
I agree. Staying calm is a skill you can train. You need quick tools like breathing and long-term habits like exercise and sleep. But you also need the right perspective, not letting small problems feel bigger than they are.
And don't forget support. Talking to friends, celebrating successes, or just listening. It all helps.
Well said. So the key is, stress will always exist, but calmness is something we can practice day by day.
Yeah, it's not magic. It's practice.
Exactly. And the more you practice, the easier it becomes to keep your cool.
Perfect. That's the note we'll end on.
Look on the bright side. It means think about the positive aspects of a situation. For example, even after losing the game, she tried to look on the bright side.
Keep things in perspective. It means to understand the real importance of something. For example, one mistake isn't the end. Try to keep things in perspective.
Get it off your chest. It means share a worry or secret that's been bothering you. For example, she felt better after she got it off her chest.
A problem shared is a problem halved. It means talking about problems makes them feel smaller. For example, don't keep it to yourself. A problem shared is a problem halved.
Bottle up feelings. It means keep emotions inside instead of expressing them. For example, he tends to bottle up his feelings instead of talking.
Alright everyone, that brings us to the end of today's episode. Let's take a moment to recap what we've learned about staying calm under pressure and in everyday life. First, we saw that stress comes in different shapes. For Sarah, it's big events like presentations. For David, it's daily annoyances like slow internet. But in both cases, the challenge is the same: learning to keep your cool. Second, we talked about practical strategies. Quick tools like breathing, counting to 10, and taking short breaks can help you calm down in the moment. Long-term habits like exercise, journaling, good sleep, and even cutting down on coffee make it easier to stay balanced. And finally, mindset and support. Sarah reminded us to look on the bright side and practice gratitude. David shared how it helps to get things off your chest, because a problem shared is a problem halved. So the big takeaway is this: stress will always exist. But calmness isn't magic. It's a skill you can train. One breath, one habit, and one conversation at a time. We've also prepared a free PDF vocabulary list with today's idioms and phrases, so you can review and practice after the show. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe, share it with a friend, and leave us a comment. Your support helps us keep making new episodes for you. Thanks again for listening, and remember, English on the go. Learn everywhere. Speak everywhere. See you next time.